Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new video. Today, as you can clearly see from the text right above me, today we're going to be going by my list of my top anticipated games of 2022. Now, we're going to put this out there. It's my list, my opinion. Your opinion could be 100% different from mine, so let me know in the comment section. What are your most anticipated games of the year? What are the games you're looking forward to the most? Or what's just one that you really want to play? If there's one game out of any of them that are coming out this year that you just can't wait for, what is that one game? Let me know. But without further ado, we're going to get right into this. I have 10 here. I do have plenty more. So at some point I may actually do I have 20 in total. I may do a number 11 to number 20 list in the future. But for now we're just going to do the top 10. So without further ado, number 10 is Saints Row. Now I'm just going to be straight up. Saints Row to me, I've never really cared much for as a franchise. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun and everything. I really enjoy it. But at the same time, it never hit me as some... I don't really know how to explain it. Obviously, GTA is more the realistic game, while Saints Row has more fun with itself in a way. But I don't know. I played 3 and I played 4. I had never actually played Saints Row 2, so maybe that's the game that would have hooked me. But as of this moment, I have not played Saints Row 2. I will be playing it at some point, just I haven't played it yet. Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4 have been pretty fun, just for short bursts of time. Nothing too crazy. But for whatever reason, this new Saints Row is sort of piquing my interest a little bit. It's possibly saying, hey, we're going to start somewhat from scratch. We're going to start with some new characters, some new base. We're going to have the same type of gameplay. But we're going to try and hit the ground running from the start. And we're going to see what we're going to hit. So, I don't know. It looks interesting. It's still curious to see how they're going to do this. But we got a long ways to go. I believe it comes out in like August now. I think it got delayed. So, got about half a year left to go before Saints Row comes out. So, got time to make assumptions. So, with that, number 10 is Saints Row. Number 9 is Dying Light 2. Dying Light, personally, again, I never played the original Dying Light, I didn't play much of the original Dying Light. From what I did play, it was a very enjoyable experience. Amazing parkour system. That's probably one of the better parkour systems I've seen in the game to date. The story was okay from what I played. The zombies, or whatever they call them in the game, actually was pretty intense given situation, like versus the day and night, that type of aspect. So at some point I think I actually am going to play the original again, or at least I'll debatably fool around in it to get used to the world again. Dying Light 2, they're doing it's not really a morality system, but it's more dependent on what you do. Supposedly changes the entire story, which there are a bunch of games that have said that in the past. One franchise in particular is Telltale. That comes to mind. But I don't know. This could be completely different. Still gonna have to wait and see. Comes out in February, so there is time. I believe it comes out at the beginning of February. So they seem like they got their shit together this has been delayed a couple times, and if the game is as big as they're saying that it's gonna be, then, you know, I hope them all the best. I don't know when I'll actually play it, but I think I'll have a good time. So, yeah, Dying Light 2, I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to see where things go. Number 8, Ghostwire Tokyo. That's the first game from Tango Gameworks after being acquired by Microsoft. Now, they did, these guys worked on the Evil Within games, and that's really all I know about them, if I'm being frank. I don't know much. I don't know much. I have there are a lot of games I haven't played. Let's just put that on the table right now. That yeah, there are a lot of games that I am excited for, but there are also a lot of games and a lot of franchises. Keep that in mind. That could come to effect for one of the games later. That I just haven't played. So I understand the world, but the games I just haven't played. Evil Within, that's been on my recent backlog for a while that I wanted to play. I just haven't gotten to it. But Tango Gameworks, they seem to always be putting out cool games, cool aspects, cool ideas. And this one seems a bit unique. It's not a horror game, it's more like an action game set in Tokyo. It is a PlayStation exclusive, console exclusive at first, I think for like a year, which the fact that the studio was acquired by Microsoft is still interesting since they're holding on to that original console exclusivity deal. But yeah, Ghostwater Tokyo looks interesting. The combat looks pretty cool. And we'll just have to wait and see how things come together. Number 7 is Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Now, Borderlands is actually one of my quote-unquote newer favorite series that I played. Now, I say newer because I only started really playing Borderlands until like a couple years ago. Borderlands 3 I did pick up around launch, and that was actually a load of fun. Borderlands 2 is probably still my favorite for what I played of it. Never actually finished the Borderlands game, but I have played 2, and I have played a decent amount of 2 and a decent amount of 3. 2 is probably my favorite. I mean, what can you say about Borderlands that hasn't been said already? Characters are phenomenal. They're just unique and genuine. I mean, how can you have a better villain than Handsome Jack? He puts the icing on the cake for Borderlands 2. Let's just say that right now. No, I'm not saying Borderlands 2 is a bad game if he's not in it, but he makes the game that much better. But yeah, Borderlands is a franchise I really enjoy, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland sort of puts a spin on the franchise, so to speak, with being like a Dungeons and Dragons-esque style, which I think could work, I guess. I think they have a DLC for Borderlands 2, which was sort of this aspect, which I think they're releasing separate now. I know it's true, I just can't remember the name of the game. If I'm editing, I'll put it like right here, so you guys would be able to know what I'm talking. You probably already know what I'm talking about, but still. But yeah, the aspect of Borderlands in a type of D&D aesthetic, I think could be good. I think can be good. I don't know if that would be a game I would genuinely get at launch. I think I'd have to talk to one of my friends, see if he'd be getting it, and if he does, then I may give it a go. But if not, I think it's a full price game. It's like a $60-$70 game, so I don't know. I think with newer games nowadays, There are some games that I will bite the bullet and buy them right at launch. But I think for a lot of games, I may start to step back a little bit in terms of buying games right at launch, especially if they're a full price $60 or $70 game. Like, don't get me wrong, I work, I make money, but still, if you're buying enough games, that $60 to $70 price tag is gonna hit you hard in the wallet sooner rather than later. So you sort of gotta take a step back and say, okay, uh, what's enough is enough. I mean, you guys can see it's around the corner, but I have a decent amount of games. I always tell myself I need to stop buying new games and I need to just play the ones I got, or at least shorten the list of games I haven't played. I never do that. I don't think any game uh, owner does that. Probably everybody tells themselves that, but they don't do it. So, I don't know. I think I'm just rambling here, but yeah. What was I getting at? Oh, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I'm excited for it. Yeah. Number 6 is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Suicide Squad, the original from the original take from 2016. It's okay. That was decent. Nothing too crazy. I wasn't on the side of people saying, "Oh, it's fucking terrible. They did a horrendous job. Jared Leto, kick his ass." No. Like, don't get me wrong. At that point, I didn't really follow much comics. I've definitely read up and watched more comic book movies and gotten more into the lore and shit of the stuff from that point to now. But even when I saw it, I thought it was okay. I think I thought it was like a 7 or so. It's right in the middle. But let's be honest here. The Suicide Squad, the one that came out this year, it blew the original out of the water. James Gunn is one hell of a director. He just has such a craft for being able to essentially work with anything he's given and make it tremendous. I mean, yeah, you got Suicide Squad, you got Guardians of the Galaxy. There are a bunch of other things James Gunn's done in the past. For the most part, I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. But, yeah. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It's a 4-player co-op game. I don't know. I think it could be interesting. I am excited to see it because I like the material that they're making the game around, but at the same time, those type of games surprisingly don't interest me that much. I'm just excited for it because it's Rocksteady, and the Batman Arkham series is a very interesting franchise. But I don't know. I think it can work with Suicide Squad. I think it can. If it has the right type of story, if it has the type of story that Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy had, if the gameplay is okay but the story holds up, I think it could be a decent game. If not, then I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't think it comes out till summer, or do they have a release date? I don't remember. I may put it up on the screen somewhere. Hopefully. But yeah. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it does well. Okay, now we're in the top 5. And number 5 is the one franchise that, as of now, I haven't gotten to. But I am getting to it soon. And it's not a video game franchise. It's a movie franchise. It's Harry Potter. It's Hogwarts Legacy. Now, Harry Potter, for the past month or so, I've been wanting to actually get into it. HBO Max and Peacock have both. They both have all 8 movies. I just haven't found the time to actually, watch them. That's the thing. For me, it's just time with movies. I don't have that much time. Well, recently I've sort of had a decent amount of time. I felt like crap. I just didn't feel like doing anything aside from sitting on my ass and being on my computer or playing a video game. But yeah. That's what happens when you get a virus. But Hogwarts Legacy has always interested me. The Harry Potter universe has always been that one franchise. Like, when there's one franchise you've never actually given a chance to, but you've wanted to give a chance to it for so damn long? Harry Potter is that franchise for me. I've just never gotten to the chance, never gotten to give the chance to the franchise that it deserves. And starting in 2022, I will be beginning that journey, and I will be watching those movies. As a guarantee. And Hogwarts Legacy, the fact you make your own character, I feel like that world is just fit for an RPG with a creative character. Like, I'm sorry, like, what other franchises, I feel like there's a decent amount, but what other franchises isn't perfectly fit for a create a character RPG than Harry Potter? Like, come on. And you're telling me it took until 2022 to create that? I feel like that shouldn't have happened, but it did. But, I mean, it'll be here soon enough. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. Hopefully it'll be decent. We'll see when it comes out. But I'm excited. Alright, number 4 is Horizon Forbidden West. Now this one, I am starting to progressively get myself more ready for. The reason I say starting to is because I just started playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, I know. I've literally had the game for like 5 years, and I just am now getting to it. But hey, better late than never, right? Game doesn't come out till February, so I have about 2 months to really deep dive into Horizon and enjoy the experience and get ready for the sequel that's coming out in February. Now, from what I've seen on the videos and trailers and whatnot, the game looks stunning. The gameplay looks phenomenal. And Ashley Birch does a phenomenal job once again as Aloy. Though I've tried to stay away from anything, partially because I don't want to know much about that game. Not because of the fact that I'm worried it's going to spoil. It's just, I just haven't played the first one, and if I see something there, I may not understand it as much. And that's what I did with the original as well. I didn't really care much about the original, to be honest. Which is weird, given the fact I bought it like day one. And now I'm just finally starting to really gonna give it a fair shot. I'm a weird person. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, buy the game day one. Wait 5 years to play it. Oh yeah, it's January 1st. Now let me finally play this game. I don't know. But you know what? I'm playing it now. I'm finally playing it, so sue me. But I'm ready for February. I'm ready to see where this franchise goes and what the future looks like. Right. Number 3 is one that, if you know me as a person, you know that Pokemon has been with me for my entire life. I had Pokemon Leaf Green and Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, all throughout my elementary school years, for the most part. That was one game franchise I always had, I always embraced. I still have my original blue Game Boy Advance SP to this day. from my childhood. That is one thing I will never sell or get rid of. But one game I've always wanted, never really mentioned it, but one game I would always wish for is an open world Pokemon game. And with this next entry, we're finally getting something that a lot of us have been wanting for years and years. Pokemon Legends Arceus is finally coming out end of January. Hopefully it's good. But the fact it's an actual open world game, Game Freak is actually taking some goddamn risks here. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm fucking excited for it, but at the same time, I'm worried. I'm really, really worried. Because some of it looks great, and some of it looks jank. I don't really know how to explain it, but I just want it to do good. I'm worried if the game doesn't... I mean, it's Pokemon, so it's going to sell really well. But at the same time, I don't want it to get, like, bad reviews and crap. Because I'm worried if the game doesn't do well in reviews, that they're just going to go back to the same turn-based style. And I don't know, I feel like this type of game can really work with Pokemon. Or bringing something like Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Something of that type of nature to the Switch. I don't know, something like that could work, I feel. But hopefully things work out for the better and I don't need to worry. I think Game Freak knows what they're doing. They've done this enough. Then again, it's Game Freak, so I don't really know. But we'll just have to wait and see. Come the end of January. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully things are for the better. We're at the final 2 spots. And these are 2 games. This next game is a big part of my childhood. And number 1 is not from my childhood. It's more recent. Number 2 is LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Now, LEGO Star Wars, again, from my childhood, is... I'm just going to put this out there, is one of my favorite games of all time. The Complete Saga, the Skywalker Saga is coming out. The Complete Saga is one of my favorite games of all time. That was my first introduction to Star Wars. No joke. Never watched any of the Star Wars films at that point. I had gotten the Complete Saga for Wii. Played through the whole thing. Loved every second of it. Ended up learning the characters that way. I didn't end up watching the Star Wars movies, at least 4, 5, and 6, until junior year of high school. When they had a Star Wars marathon one weekend. So, yeah. I don't know. Star Wars always interested me, but never really cared much to see it. But when the school was having it, I'm like, you know what? Let's go. Let's have a little fun. And obviously, it was a blast. And I enjoy the movies. I have seen 1 to 6. I've seen 7, and I've seen Rogue. Haven't seen Last Jedi, and I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker just yet. There are people who have told me that you're fine not seeing them. I'm going to see them anyway. I want to see all the movies, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to figure it out. But, yeah, Skywalker Saga, big part of my childhood. The fact they're essentially remaking all of that. They're going to have all 9 movies. Just the whole kit and caboodle of everything regarding this LEGO Star Wars game is, for me, too much to handle. And this is clearly something that will be going up on the channel. I'm not big now into really doing like Let's Plays, because I'm worried I'm not going to finish them. Oh, this is something that I'm going to be playing on the channel. 1,000,000%. I have a computer that's decent enough enough to run shit. So I will clearly buy this on Steam and we will play this. I don't care. I want this to be on the channel. And you can hold me to that. We're going to be playing this. 2022 is going to be one year that I'm putting my foot down. I'm actually going to give a shit about this channel, about this work, and I want to actually try shit. So, yeah. So, enough being on my soapbox. We're going to go to number 1, and I'm going to grab something from behind me for 2 seconds. My number 1 anticipated game of the year is God of War Ragnarok. I mean, I'm sorry, when you have a fucking poster like this of a game, you would expect it to be one of your most anticipated. Yeah. The original God of War from 2018, well, excuse me, the reboot from 2018 is honestly one of my favorite games ever, along with the Lego Star Wars. It genuinely, there aren't many games that can grip me as well as God of War did. With its story, its gameplay, its atmosphere, its music, its voice acting, just everything. Everything about it screamed Hollywood blockbuster, but in a video game. Like, nothing about it didn't scream that. And it was one of the best gaming experiences, honestly, to date, that I've had. And that game came out in 2018. That was going on 4 years. We're now in year 4. That's probably one of the best gaming experiences I've had in that time. So the fact that the sequel to that game is, I mean, it's not coming out until probably later 22, but it's going to be a long wait. Oh, but it'll be damn worth the wait. Yo, you can bet that. It's going to be worth the goddamn wait. As Christopher Judge once said, do not be sorry. Be better. I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. So with that, guys, that is my top 10 most anticipated games of 2022. Let me know what you thought somewhere in the comments, on Twitter, wherever, doesn't matter. You can subscribe if you want. It's up to you. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers. Oh, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button, hit this, that, and the other. Like, no. I'm not your mother. You can do what you want. If you want to like the video, if you want to show your support, that's great. Thank you. It really helps. But you do what you want. We're going to be doing some more shit on this channel this year. Believe you me. I want to. It's Christmas. I finally upgraded my setup a little bit. Not by much, but just little things. I ended up getting a new desk, and I ended up getting a new gaming chair. I only had a little desk chair. Now I have an actual comfy ass gaming chair, so I think it's not much in terms of upgrades, but for me personally, it's one thing that just says, hey, I want to take this more seriously. I want to have a better situation. So that's what we're doing, and I think it's going to be for the better. So get ready for 2022. I'm going to try my absolute hardest to do some work here. We're going to try some things. Some may succeed, some may fail, but you know what? We're going to attempt them, and we're going to see what happens. So with that, I hope you guys have a very happy New Year. I hope you're having a good 2022 so far on the first day. And I'll be back soon with some more videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Take care.